Joining me now is a longtime executive with the NBA, Amy Brooks. Amy, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, Austin. Good to be here.
I want to talk about the efforts that are going on in Europe, something you are helping to spearhead. So, what is the latest with the effort for an NBA league in Europe?
Well, as you may know, we've been exploring this for a while. We since March, our owners approved us to really seriously explore this in partnership with FIBA, which is very important. And we're in the process of talking to prospective investors, teams, other stakeholders. And we've hired JP Morgan and the Rain Group to help us. And our goal is to start this league in a couple of years. And so we're full speed ahead we're really in the advanced exploratory phase, I would call it.
Well, I don't think fandom is going to be a problem. Obviously, basketball, huge on the continent. But one of the things is getting buildings that are at NBA specifications, not a complete roster of those. Where does it stand with identifying buildings that could work for the league?
Well, what we're trying to do is build the best fan experience for basketball in Europe, and we're also trying we think basketball, the next best commercial frontier is basketball in Europe. And in order to achieve that, you need world-class arenas. And we've seen what's happened here in the US, of course, where our arenas are modern-day town halls, and they're cultural hubs, they're economic development hubs. And we've seen that transformation that can take place. And so we think there's potential for, if you create a fantastic league of the best basketball competition and the best fan experience, we think that'll spur investment as well in arena infrastructure in Europe.
There have been some recent comments from some executives at the EuroLeague, just maybe it's hesitation about how this is all going to work. What's the latest on cooperation or work that you're doing with the EuroLeague to make all of this work?
Well, we've been in talks with the EuroLeague for a while. We're certainly hopeful that we can find a way. But at the same time, we see an opportunity to fix something that's broken in Europe. We see basketball as the second most popular participation sport, 270 million basketball fans in Europe. We see our players and our best players coming from Europe. 15% of the NBA, roughly 71 players, are from Europe. And they're some of our best players. 5 of the last 7 MVP awards have gone to European players. At the same time, basketball revenue represents 1% of roughly $45 billion media and sponsorship market in Europe. So right now, the ecosystem isn't aligned to generate the best fan experience and the best commercial opportunity. And there's a few reasons for that, of course. And we think one core one is starting at the bottom of the pyramid in Europe. So today, roughly 10% of club teams can compete in the top tier competition. So that's roughly 80% of fans in Europe whose team doesn't have a chance to make the top tier competition. So what we're looking to do is set up a league that starts with 12 permanent teams and 4 teams that would qualify from those domestic leagues or from the Basketball Champions League. And so you have the potential Cinderella stories that we love in the NCAA, that we've seen in European soccer. And so we think that's important, not just to have a league at the top, but really to uplift, and that's why we're doing this in partnership with FIBA, to really uplift the entire ecosystem of European basketball.
I love flipping on NBA TV sometimes and seeing just the rabid crowds and the fandom for some of these European games. It's incredible.
Well, that's exactly. We do not want to lose the traditions, the style of play. What is special about European basketball? We do not want to lose that. We want to blend that with creating a compelling fan experience from the bottom up to the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, if you haven't seen what a club game could look like in Serbia, yeah, search that out on YouTube. There's some of the craziest ones I've seen.
That's exactly right. And we've seen that, and we know what works here, and we want to blend what works here with what we know is so special and so about rabid fandom in European basketball. And also, importantly, bring it to cities that don't have top-tier European basketball teams today. So there's that opportunity as well. We also see this is really an opportunity for the best basketball league in Europe, but we see this as a global opportunity. You look at some of the brands in European soccer, and some of them have basketball teams, others don't, but there's this potential, there's fans globally that would root for these teams. And so bringing the power of the NBA brand, the global nature of our business, the success of basketball competition in Europe, all together we think will create what's best for fans.
Yeah, you guys have already done such incredible things. NBA Africa, NBA China, like you said, completely global sport. Maybe even going to challenge soccer one day. I'm a huge basketball fan, would love to see that. I want to get you out of here on this. 5 years from now, what does the presence of the NBA in Europe look like? I'm talking about with existing NBA teams and what a European league could.
Well, those are some of the fun things to talk about. We're still in the exploratory phase, but the really unique link is when we bring NBA teams and these European teams together. And it could look like competitions between them. It could look like some integration into pieces of the NBA. But that, and then long term, we need supersonic jets, of course, but there's even more opportunity for integration with the NBA and what's going on in Europe.
Well, I know the entire sports industry is paying attention to what the NBA is doing in Europe. Can't wait to see what's next. Amy Brooks from the National Basketball Association. Appreciate you jumping on with us.
Thank you, Austin. Appreciate it.